Hi, my name is Brian Gannon. I am an EcoSys practitioner with FTI Consulting, and this is a short EcoSys tip of the day style thing, which we'll see. If probably won't be something that happens every day, but when the mood strikes, I suppose why not? And today I'm talking about a feature that I've made use of on numerous occasions over the years, but more recently have gotten the sense that perhaps it's not as widely known as I had once assumed. And that is the super helpful create new value setting or option for categories on on any on a spreadsheet any subject area that has category types. So in this example, so what this does, just before I show, is hey, if I'm bringing in data into EcoSys and there's an attribute within that data that I don't I don't have that within EcoSys now, and I want to have it, but and it's a ultimately finite set of attributes. So it's something I want to have, but I don't have it now, and I want to get this data in. This feature will, whatever is in given fields, and in this example, I'm just saying zip code. Let's just pretend it's zip code, United States, 5-digit zip codes for mailing addresses. Let's say that I have a data set that has a bunch of zip codes. Maybe it's a list of building addresses or customer addresses or whatever. And I want to get it into EcoSys. I don't have zip codes already in the system, but in the future I want to have them, but I don't have them now. But they're in the data set. Well, maybe I could create a custom field or something, but no, don't create a custom field. Create a category type called zip code, put it into the spreadsheet that call it whatever, it should be called, put it in to the spreadsheet that you are importing with or that you have exposed to the API. And that's the real value here. This feature also covers the API. So it's not just imports, it's also things coming in via the API, which is in practice where I've utilized this most extensively. So what happens is, okay, it has to be a category type. Okay, so this doesn't work with resources or cost accounts or tasks or anything else. Okay, so only category types and only ID. So hierarchy path ID, no. Internal ID, no. External, none of those. Okay, just ID. And it doesn't actually matter if if the category type in question here is hierarchical, is multi-level. It would still work. It will create new values at the root level, but in practice, I've used this when it's a flat dimension. It's something that I'm not going to be introducing hierarchy to. So what happens is okay, I'm just going to do this simple example where I have a spreadsheet that has simply a list of zip codes in it, and I just the rest of the stuff is blank. So I will import this and also notice that okay, this category type is blank right now. So I'm going to come here and import this. So we pull this in, and here's my values. I've got 914 records in that spreadsheet. I'm trying to click my show all checkbox, but the port, it doesn't matter. The video port's in the way. So, but in any event, got this data. Just gonna hold it. Now, note these we just saw on that other screen. There are no values in that category type yet. I'm gonna click save here, and poof, it saves. And come over here, refresh, poof, I have values now. Super. Okay, I just saved myself a ton of work. Well, I could have created in this case, working forecast transaction string custom field to catch these, and that would have worked. But it wouldn't have been as good because you can't column filter on custom fields. So in almost any circumstance, I'm always in favor of a category type over a custom field because you can't column filter on a custom field. And so, but this just saves a bunch of work in a lot of scenarios in the sense of, hey, I've got an integration. I have this attribute on this integration that either I don't have the data within EcoSys yet, or I have the data, but it may not be complete, or just for general fault tolerance, really. Hey, you turn this on and you can come in, and if you have a situation where a record coming in has a value in the given attribute here that is not already in EcoSys, you, instead of ending up with just a record with a blank for that attribute on that record, which is what you would get if we did not have it set to create new value, you instead have the value. And it's so the ID and name of the value is just the value, but at least you know what was being sent. So in practice, maybe this would be a list of zip codes that have the actual names of the zip codes in the names, but then if you come across ones where the zip code is also the name, you know that, ooh, that's something that I didn't have before, and I have to maybe go check out why I didn't have that before, what have you. And but A, nothing breaks, and B, you don't have a null. Okay, so it's still business continues, and you have a minor data issue to look into, but you at least don't have a blank, and you know what you didn't have. So it's kind of free money in that way. So I would just encourage folks to check this out. Just so again, it's create new value on the edit settings tab of spreadsheets when it is a category type ID column, and it is something that applies to spreadsheet imports, which I just did. Also, API reads, I believe, is basically when you're bringing data in via the API, this works. Only works on new records. So that is one, for better or worse, limitation. If it's something that's already in EcoSys, let's say it's an integration in the cost object subject area, and oh, I'm going to add a new column onto my integration and capture this new attribute and do this. That won't work. If those records are already in EcoSys, that scenario is not covered. So it's only new things, but it's really helpful, and I would suggest to check it out. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.